Hi guys, welcome to an extra special edition of Best of British Blackwell. Today we've got a super special announcement, and I've been in receipt of a wonderful delivery of a brand new grill which I'm going to be unboxing and showing you. In addition to that, the guys that have sent this to us at SousvideTools.com have kindly agreed to sponsor this video and provide all of the members of our group and anybody that follows me on Instagram, YouTube and Facebook with a 10% discount on all of these grills. Now, what is it that I have got? So I have got a genuine Kasai Japanese grill from the guys at SousvideTools.com. Not only that, they have very kindly personalised it for me, and the purpose of this video is to show you how your product will arrive once you've ordered it and when it rocks up, so you can see not only how well packaged it will be, but how to put it together and then eventually how to use it as well. If you don't know what a Kasai grill is, further into the video we'll delve a little bit deeper, we'll go into the history of them and I'll tell you a little bit more about them. But let's start to unpack these boxes. So the first package that we've got here is the Kasai Konro heat mat. So this is the mat that the grill actually sits on and deflects some of the heat and protects the surface that the grill is sitting on, because these grills can get very, very hot. I've snipped some of the tape around the outside, so let's lift the lid on this. And it's always great to see really well packaged items. Wow, that's pretty. And here we go. Oh wow, that's strange material. And this is the mat, the heat mat that the grill sits on. It's hard to explain what it looks like. It's so what I do know is that this is like a mineral clay. This is minerals that have been compacted together. I know that it's porous. I mean, just looking at it, it looks like cork, but it's a lot heavier, a lot more dense. And you can hear it sounds more like a ceramic tile than it does cork. And it's got the lovely Kasai logo on the front there, which is really pretty. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to unbox, presumably in here, is going to be the grill itself. And I'm going to be really careful with this. It does say fragile on there, and I think that's because although these are, you know, quite hefty pieces of kit, the tiles themselves can be damaged if they're dropped and so on. It does say on that packaging there, do not drop, so presumably they can be a little bit fragile, so we'll be careful with this. But if this is packaged anything like the heat mat was, I think we'll be fine. So what have we got? First of all, again, let me put this knife away. So again, everything looks really well packaged and nice and tidy in here. Couple of pieces of polystyrene here holding everything in, and on top here, okay, yeah, so these are packaged separately. So it looks like we've got an ashtray or an ash pan, and that looks like the grill. I know there are a number of different accessories that you can buy for this. This looks like the Konro grill top, which looks excellent. Let's put those to one side. And it looks like we should just be able to lift this out. I just need to move the handles of the box. One there. And oh, there's a bit of tape. It's been really well packaged. It's actually been taped down as well to stop it moving around in transportation, which is really good. I just need to remove it here. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is lift this out. So here we go. This is the grill. Lovely neat little thing. Hopefully by now you guys would have recognised these as something that you might have seen a lot of chefs on TV using. James Martin uses these quite a lot, or the Konro style grill. So the company that manufacture this are called Kasai. You can see their lovely logo here in the corner. And the style of grill that this is called a Konro Grill, and you can get these in various different sizes. This particular grill is the smaller grill, but I'll provide all of the information about this, and I can give you all of the information that is on the sousvidetools.com website, which I'll make sure is in this video below. Let me just take this packaging out. As you can probably see, we've got a similar kind of texture, or it's in fact exactly the same material, porous mineral material that's been used on the inside of this grill for the heat deflector plate, which makes 100% sense. The other thing that we've got is the whole thing is held together with this steel frame, and this is British made brushed steel. It's very, very well made. There's no obvious kind of joints in it, and you know, it's really, really tidy. And the other thing which I absolutely love is the fact that the guys have been able to put my personalised logo on here, which is very reasonable actually. I think it's about £25 for them to do that per product, and that's fantastic. You've got two vents on here. You've got a vent at the front, and there's a vent in this back corner here as well. And to put this grill together, it's really, really simple. The ashtray sits 2 fingers inside, and it sits on the bottom there, just like that. And then your grill plate actually just sits straight on top. Now I need to double check. I'm pretty sure I've got this the right way round, but this might sit like this or like this. No, in fact it definitely does sit this way round, so it doesn't move around. And what a stunning piece of kit. So here we go. Here's the setup in pretty much all of its glory. I think it's a stunning looking piece of kit. I love the design. I love how compact it is. Even though it's compact, it's got some weight to it. You know, you can see it's really well built. The principle of this is that you put some charcoal obviously inside this box, and it gets very, very hot. This is where the design of this actually starts to come into its own a tad, because these tiles, this exfoliated mineral, that's what it's called. It's a very traditional method of Konro grilling is a very traditional grilling method in Japan, and it's withstood the test of time using this exfoliated mineral. I'll try and get a few more details as to how this is actually produced, but it's designed to withstand up to 1,200 degrees centigrade, which is, you know, extremely hot, and hotter than you're ever going to need this for cooking on. And the porous nature of it and the lightness of it is designed to reflect heat. So once you do get heat in there, it's concentrated. The cooking methods behind this are that you have a hot area on one side, so you build up the charcoals on one side, and you have a slightly cooler area on the other, and you can offset that by opening up the different vents to control where the heat and the airflow comes through. I've also been sent something else which I will show you now, which is really important to this. So what also came along with the grill is this. This is called Sumi Bincho Charcoal. I'm sure that anyone that's grilled or barbecued before will know that there is a charcoal out there called Binchotan. That's very, very popular, but it isn't, you can get different styles of it. You can get super large versions of this, or you can get much smaller. Now the Sumi are a little bit smaller to fit the smaller Konro grill, but you can get the longer ones. And this is made and sold by SousvideTools.com, whose information is on the front here, and whose information will be in the comment section down here, and they'll be tagged into these posts as well. But this is the recommended charcoal that you use in a Konro grill. What is special about it? So, smokeless, first of all. So once you light it, you will generate some smoke by lighting it, but once it's lit and ready to cook on, it's completely smokeless. The other thing is odorless as well. So the whole idea of Konro cooking is for hot and fast. So you're not really looking to impart lots and lots of flavour onto your meat via kind of wood transfer or smoke transfer. What you're looking for is hot, fast heat, and that's what you're going to get from this. Once this gets hot, it starts glowing. So I think all that remains now is for us to just start cooking on this, and I can't wait to get started. So let's get everything set up for a cook. So for the first cook on this, I'm gonna go for a classic kind of, or not a classic actually, just a variation on a surf and turf. So I've got some beautiful scallops, a lovely ribeye steak, I've got some mackerel, and I've got a couple of really chunky tiger prawns. But the first thing we need to do is get some fuel into this and actually light the coals. I am acutely aware that the cooking setup that I've got for this at the moment, i.e. sitting on my garden table, isn't ideal for filming purposes. It's okay to actually cook on, if I wasn't filming this would be quite comfortable. But stay tuned to the channel, because over the next couple of weeks I'm going to be building a brand new barbecue shelter, which is going to enable me to kind of keep all of my barbecues in the dry, keep myself in the dry as well, and actually aid me when it comes to filming future cooking videos that would definitely feature this wonderful grill. So come over and have a look at how we set the Bincho charcoal in here, how we set it up to get this nice and hot. So just give you an idea of what this looks like. This is the Bincho that we're going to be using. As you can see, it's almost been turned into like a dust and then compressed into these shapes here, which help it burn really hot, fast, but for a very long time as well. What we need to do is I need to create almost like a bit of a, not a pyramid, but a bit of a grid for it to kind of burn into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place two fairly long pieces here. I'm going to get a couple of my natural firelighters in there, and then I'm going to place a couple of the smaller chunks of Bincho across the top, and I'm going to light that and let that burn. So there we go, that's the basic setup, and then that enables me to go in with my lighter here and here, just to get those natural firelighters lit and get these two top layers, the three top layers of Bincho lit. Then I can move things around and add a little bit more charcoal, but this is a really good start. Let's pop back and have a look and see how we're getting on with this in about 5 minutes. Okay, so I think we're finally at the stage now where the coals are ready for me to cook on. I am going to stick my grill grates on here, and I'm going to lightly season the grill grates with a bit of oil. As you can see, that sparked up a little bit of smoke, but we're back down now to the smokeless and odorless Bincho, which is on there. I'm going to openly admit I struggled. This is the first time I've lit this. I was struggling to get the Bincho lit. I'll have to go back and review my process. I just couldn't get it hot enough, and what I did is I reverted to using my chimney starter to get the Bincho in there. But again, this is all about a learning curve. I think whenever on our group, you'll see when people say, how do I like this, how do I like that, what should I be cooking on this, what should I be cooking on that, the very first thing that we say to people when they get a new grill is learn how to manage the temperature. So that's a learning curve for me today, and I'll work on that. The way I've set the grill up is that I've got a hot cooking area here, which is incredibly hot, with my Bincho loaded into this area, and I've got a slightly cooler area down here. So what are we cooking today? I've got a lovely ribeye steak here, nice and thin. I've got some lovely tiger prawns, I've got some scallops, and I've got some mackerel. Sorry, I had to move that away from the grill because it's incredibly hot. All I've done is I've seasoned up the steak with salt and pepper, and we're going straight on there. And that's the noise that we want to hear. Bang, straight on the grill, searing straight away. All I'm going to do is salt and pepper the prawns and the mackerel. I'm also going to give them a little coat of oil. I suppose you can use whatever oil you want. What I'm using is a spray canola oil, which burns at quite a high temperature, which I think is very important for cooking on this. I'm going to get my mackerel on now. I'm going to get it slightly further away from the heat, not directly over the coals. This isn't going to take a long time to cook. Hopefully you can hear the beautiful sound of that meat. Yeah, it's very, very hot this side. I did a very short, sharp temperature read, which I'll do now. So the Bincho in there is burning at 839 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 450 degrees centigrade. Remarkably, this part of the grill here is still, although it's warm, it's not too hot to touch, which is really good. And the outside tiles here, hopefully you can see that, you know, at 62 degrees. Now when you consider that what is cooking in there at the moment is, oh, that was 69 degrees. So yeah, warm, but not ridiculous, you know, when you consider that that's nearly 450 degrees in there. How are we getting on with this steak? Let's have a little look and see. Yeah, that's pretty decent. That's got a nice sear on it. And our mackerel. Not quite. I'm going to move the steak over a little bit and get the mackerel over to the warmer part of the grill. As you can see, how easy was it for me to move that fish around? Nothing is stuck to this. I think that's down to the design, and I also think that's down to the fact that we seasoned this up and we oiled it up a little bit, so nothing's going to stick. Hopefully that will remain the case. What I would also say is that there's tons of accessories available for this. There are different grill grates, there's plancha grates, there are kebab grates, there's the yakitori style grill grates as well. Please head over to the website, have a look down below in the comment section, and on this video you can go and check out sousvidetools.com, and they are stockists of all of the products that are available in the Kasai range. I want to keep this ribeye fairly medium, so I'm going to take it and put it onto the cooler side of the grill now, where it should stop the cooking process. Let's now get this mackerel over onto the hottest part, and I'm also going to put these scallops on. What I love about this is a lovely little compact grill. You could really easily get this straight into the boot of your car, take your Bincho and a little chimney starter, and you know, just a little picnic basket of things to cook, and I think you'll be doing great with it. You know, it's just superb. And being able to have on such a compact grill two different cooking areas, you know, the hot and the cold, is ideal for me. Look at that. That mackerel skin is delightful. That's brilliant. And what we're going to do in a minute, we're going to change those over, so we're going to move things across. I'm going to take this steak off now and let it rest. I'm going to get it onto my chopping board. Oh, there's a lovely bit of juice there. That's going to come off. These mackerel fillets are going to come down here because they are pretty much done. I'm going to bring the scallops over to the hottest part of the grill and really try and caramelize these up. And then I'm going to get these prawns on there as well. Check that out. What are we, 3 or 4 minutes into this cook and we are nearly done? This is wonderful. Just have a look how quickly those prawns have changed. I mean, they're beautiful. These are from my local fishmonger. A big shout out to Johnny, who turns up every week, twice a week, to our fish market in Horsham. Brings this beautiful produce along every time. These scallops and mackerel and these prawns, all fresh from Johnny. He's the man. That mackerel's cooked so well. Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I'm going to turn it around again just to make sure that our skin stays nice and crispy on there. These prawns are nearly done. So are the scallops. What I'm going to be serving this with today, really keeping it nice and simple. I've just got a lovely little kind of watercress and tomato salad there. I'm going to be serving the steak up as well, and just having that really as a nice kind of, I wouldn't call it a light lunch because there's quite a lot of food here, but just having that as a lunch really, and it's beautiful. I'm going to take these mackerel fillets off now. Put them on our plate. prawns are delightful. Scallops are starting to take on a beautiful caramelisation now. What I think I like about this the most is that when your meats start to release their fats and their juices, it drops onto the bincho tan and it creates a kind of vaporizing effect of the smoke, and that's where the flavor comes from. So it's the fat from the meat, or it's the juices from the fish and the prawns that hit the bincho tan. It vaporizes and it shoots back up through the meat, and it flavors the meat with that wonderful flavor. As you can see, the scallops are starting to release a little bit of juice in there, and that's working wonderfully. Brilliant. So we are nearly ready to serve up here, and we have been cooking for maybe 5 minutes. Wonderful. So here we go. I'm staying out of this shot because I just want to kind of showcase the food here, but I'm going to start with this steak. I'm going to cook it, cut it straight down the middle. It's been sat for a little bit, so it's maybe gone a little bit over, but that, hopefully you can see, is just grilled to perfection. We've got a lovely bit of charring around the outside as well, which is spot on. But as you can see, beautiful red meat there. That is wonderful. And then we've got these beautiful scallops, which again, lovely in the middle, not overcooked, not undercooked. And we've got this prawn here as well, which is beautiful and meaty. I'm going to be serving this up today with some jalapenos, the chipotle one. Please do check these guys out. Big friends of the group, big friends of the channel. Let's see how we get on with, I've got to try this prawn. Wow. The flavours that are coming from this are just, they're pure. They're the pure flavours of the ingredients that you're using. Nothing on here is smoked. Nothing on here has taken on the flavour of any of the charcoal or anything like that, because we're using odourless charcoal. I think another revelation for me is the sheer cooking time, you know, so how quickly it was able to cook things. I mean, look at this piece of mackerel here. Still beautiful and juicy on the inside. Lovely, crispy, flaky skin on the outside. Just melts in the mouth. It's unbelievable. I'm seriously impressed with this for a first cook. Wow. So I'm just going to continue to try this food here and talk a little bit more about my first time experience using the Kasai Konro Grill from Sousvide Tools. I've still got more food on there, which I'll take some pictures of a little bit later. But wow. So turned up incredibly well packed. Really, really easy to put together. I struggled to light it. My hands are up. I think that I need to do a little bit more research on how that's done properly. There are some videos on YouTube which I will paste in the comments below as well, some tutorials, and I'll look at those myself. However, having said that, you know, I am a big fan of using a chimney starter to get barbecues going, and this worked on the bincho tan fabulously, you know. I struggled maybe for about 20 minutes to get the bincho tan to light. I then decided, for the sake of getting this video produced, that I would use the chimney starter, and within 5 minutes I had perfectly hot bincho tan, which you see was, you know, really hot. So you know, maybe my methods need to change as well. As I said earlier in the video, I'm going to be building a barbecue shelter specifically to host this wonderful piece of kit, and I'd like to send a big thank you out to the guys at sousvidetools.com for sending it to me and personalising it for me. Stay tuned on our Facebook channel. Head over to our Facebook channel and our Facebook page for a discount code using the discount Kasai10 with Sousvide Tools for 10% off of everything on the Kasai Grills range. That's accessories, that's bincho tan, that's the grills itself. It's a wonderful deal. I'm going to be promoting that for the next few weeks now. Really, if you're into your barbecue scene, this is one of the things to have. It's a revelation. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please do like and subscribe below for more content, and I will see you again soon.